In this video, we are going to see 5 missing chess traps in White's one of the most popular opening, the Italian opening, and you can use these chess traps to win in just a few moves. So let's get started. So after e4 e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, black goes d6. Then you play knight c3, and after bishop g4, a common response by black. Here you just play h3, attacking the bishop. If he takes the knight, then you will recapture with the queen, and your queen will be active. Therefore, he just moves the bishop back. Now don't push. Instead, you can shock him with knight takes e5, giving away the queen. Now, these are the two responses black have. If he captures the queen, then you have bishop takes f7 check, king e7, and then knight to d5 is a checkmate. But what if here he plays knight takes e5, capturing the knight, hitting the bishop as well. Then you capture his bishop. Now capturing the bishop is only good move. Then you give this check, hitting the knight and the king. So he blocks. But then you can capture the knight and you're up by a pawn and you're winning. But what if here after bishop to c4, he goes for the normal bishop to c5. Then you play c3. And after knight f6, you go d4. And here, he doesn't take. Instead he goes bishop to b6. This is also played quite often. Then you can play d takes e5, capturing this pawn and attacking this knight. The best move is to play knight to g4, but he captures this free pawn, thinking that he is winning. Then you have queen to d5, hitting the king and threatening checkmate in one. So if he tries to prevent the checkmate, then you will take his knight. And if he plays anything else, say knight to f6, then you can just play queen takes f7, checkmate. But what if here, after bishop c5, knight c3, he goes for knight f6, the best move. Then you play d3, and after d6, you play bishop g5, pinning the knight to the queen, so h6. Now, you can just capture the knight, and after he takes, you can play knight d5, centralizing the knight, so queen d8. Then you go for c3, preparing d4. And here bishop e6 seems like a stronger move, trying to eliminate the knight. But then you play d4, hitting the bishop. So you can simply take, and after you take, now you have three responses: bishop to b4 check, bishop takes d5, and there's also bishop b6. If bishop b6, then you can simply take the bishop and then play d5, forking the king and this bishop, and you're winning. But what if he captures your knight? Well, then you can play e takes d5, hitting the knight and the bishop. So bishop b4 check is necessary. Then you just play king f1, and when he moves the knight back, you have queen to a4 check, winning the bishop on the next move. Now what if he replaces bishop b4 check directly? Then you can simply capture this bishop, and after he takes here, you will give this check, and after he goes back, and again d5 wins material. But what if here after bishop to c4, he goes bishop c5, c3, then he goes for d6, just solidifying this pawn. Then you go for d4, and after takes, bishop b4 check. All moves seem normal, but then you play king f1. This will come as a shocker to your opponents. Knight f6 is the most natural response, preparing to castle, but then you just play d5 attacking the knight, and is losing. So let's say you centralize the knight, knight to e5, well then you can take, and after he takes, you just play queen to a4 check, forking the king and the bishop, and then you will just pick up the bishop, and you're easily winning this. Now what if here, after bishop c4, bishop c5, c3, knight f6, you go d4, takes, he goes bishop to b4 check, then you play knight c3, and after he takes here, you just castle. Here, if he plays bishop takes c3, then you can take. And in many cases, I have seen players capturing this pawn, but this is a blunder because of queen to e1 check, hitting the knight and the king, and you win the knight for free. So capturing with the knight seems like a natural response, but then you can take, attacking the bishop. So if he captures this pawn, then it can lead to various traps. So he plays bishop e7, but then you have d5 attacking the knight. He can go back, or he can play b5 counter attacking your bishop, but then you can just move this bishop back, and after he goes here trying to hit your bishop, you can ignore that and play d6. You are threatening this, so he got to play c takes d6. But then you can just play bishop takes f7 check, and after he goes here, you are going to d5 check, and you will win the rook, and you will also be up in exchange and winning. Well, if you enjoyed these chess traps, then don't forget to give this video a like, and here are some more amazing chess traps like these. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more of these videos.